Good afternoon to all the Colonia Country Club members. This is Casey O'Reilly, the Golf Pro Colonia Country Club. Today is Thursday, June 22nd. We're on the fifth hole here at Colonia, which is one of our toughest par fours. 385-yard par four. And most of the tee shots kind of go down the middle and kick off this hill that kicks every ball left to right. And unless you hit a really far drive, most of the time you have the ball finish on a side hill lie, hit into an uphill green. So it could be a little tricky. So today we're going to talk about how to hit a shot off a ball that's below your feet, which means at address your ball is below the feet quite a bit. Now the first thing you got to know is this ball is going to fade. Whenever the ball is below your feet, it's going to have a tendency to push the ball to the right. So we're going to go over a few fundamentals and tips to hit this shot. The first thing is I'm about 160 yards away, 155, 160, which is normally a nice 8-iron for me. But again, we're not level. So I'm going to take my 7-iron. So that's really the first thing, is you always take an extra club when the ball is below your feet. Now since I took my 7-iron, I'm then going to choke down on the club. You don't ever really want to hit a shot, whether the ball is below your feet in this case or above your feet, with a normal grip. You always want to choke down about 1.5 inches on the club and take an extra club to compensate. All right, now a couple fundamentals in the setup for this shot. It's not level, so the first thing we're going to do is, gravity has a tendency to pull you off this shot, to fall this way. So to compensate that is, we have to widen our stance. Okay, so normally for an iron swing, I'll have my ankles about shoulder width. Now I'm going to be a little farther out just to get that balance. And the next tip is, you have to get your weight more on the back of your heels at address. Because again, the hill is pulling you this way. So you have to put the weight, normally the weight for a normal shot, level shot, is on the balls of your feet. Here we want it on our heels. So you want to sit back a little bit. You almost want to feel like you're sitting on a bar stool, kind of like that. Those are the pre-swing fundamentals. Now there's one real important in-swing tip that you got to understand here. The most important thing when hitting this shot is coming through the ball. You can't swing the club out, away. The green is that way. You can't swing to the right because the hill is going to push it even more to the right. All right, so the in-swing tip is we got to get the club swinging left of target. So if I'm aiming at the front of the green in the throat, I want to feel like I'm swinging my arms and my chest to the left because the hill is going to push the ball to the right. So that's your in-swing tip. All right, so here we go. We're going to take the 7-iron. We're going to choke down, that much on the grip. All right, take a couple practice swings so you get the feel for the stance. So wider base. We're going to get that wider base, and we're going to get that weight on the heels. And then again, I'm practicing from here, swinging left, this way. I don't want to get the arms going that way. I want to get the arms going around my left hip. So the chest and the arms go around this hip. So let's see how we do here. So I always like to have this shot, the ball's going to push it a couple yards left to right. So I'm going to aim about 10 yards left of target here because as we know here on this fifth hole, everything kicks right up by the green. So I'm going to aim at the left edge of the green with the club head. So I'm going to point that club at the left edge of the green, which I think is there. Get the wide stance. Get the weight back, and then get that club going this way, left to target. Let's see how we do. Nice wide base. I pulled it a little bit. It finished on I think it's on the back left of the green. So I just got the arms going a little across too fast, but I hit a good solid shot, never went to the right. So, and you can see here, Nikki, come up with the camera here. I got that slight divot, with my iron. Okay, and the reason why I got that divot is because that club traveled left of target. If I swung out to the right, we would have hit it thin, and the ball would have finished short in the right bunker. So again, the big tips here on this shot is pre-swing. We want to get a wider base. Take an extra, take the extra club and choke down. Get the wider base. And get your weight on your heels, like a quarterback under center almost, just like that. And then the big in-swing tip is we got to swing left. We got to swing around this hip over here. We can't swing away from the body. And you'll all kinds of trouble if you do that. So those are the tips with the ball below your feet. If you ever want to come out here and take a lesson, work on this shot, we'll come out here late in the day, hit a few shots, and show you how to execute one-on-one. Thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.